Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Thor of THORNEWS, your planetary defense commander. And I hope we make it through the next 4 or 5 days together. Because it's that time of the month where it's a THORNEWS Save THORNEWS fundraiser. We do it at the end of every month. I've been staying full-time at making videos and keeping you guys informed with what I believe is important truth for 3 years. So this is exactly how we've done it. And we've made it through. And now we are in the peak of hurricane season, and it doesn't appear that I'll be able to get my stuff out of pawn. It doesn't appear I'll be able to move to Colorado. And now I got, 3 days to raise rent money. So let us kick some ass. But I love this period because, man, if I'm broke and almost even paying to do this, then I definitely get to do it my way, and I get to say whatever the hell I want to say, however the hell I want to say it. And people might not like that. Well, there's 7 billion people in the world, and like 5 billion of them are angry all the time. So I don't expect them to be happy. And they got to direct their unhappiness somewhere. So like I've been a fucking genius. I'm sorry for the F word. And pointing out shit all the time that is totally accurate, doing a better job than CNN, NBC, CBS, at telling you about volcanoes and the weather, floods, hurricanes, all my predictions and stuff. One of the things I've been telling people is like, hey, y'all, it's going to get fucking crazy. Okay, I guess this one's a cussing episode. And it is. Asteroid Fight Club, full effect. So we are watching what I've been detailing is a monster storm rolling off Africa since the get-go. Like 99% of people have been like, oh, dude, here's what's going to happen. It's going to go into the Atlantic, become a fish storm. It's going to become a nothing storm. I'm like, well, at the beginning, then, just by looking at our first major storm of the season in the Atlantic that could threaten somebody or something, it's a monster. It's giant. It's massive, and it's a massive category hurricane. Another thing I've been warning people about since winter stopped is that Mother Nature picked on winter. The Northeast got hit by, 4 or 5 nor'easters in 1 month. So regardless of season, low pressure systems are finding their way up by Boston, Massachusetts, and Nova Scotia. So it has been my prediction that we will probably see the East Coast get hit by a hurricane this year. And last year when I said the United States of America would get hit by 2 more hurricanes, I was totally correct. I said that before season. So I'm saying the same thing this year. And one of my predictions was Hawaii, and I'll cover that in the next video. But here, like, everybody was saying that this monster Azores high pressure system, which has been here for like 4 straight months, was going to go all weak in the kneed, and that this would then find a hole in the middle of that high pressure system, and so it would just be a fish storm. Well, the models are still saying that, but our storm has come a whole lot wester, okay? So, and like, I know I slept today because I've been under stress for moving and everything. Now it looks like I probably won't be able to move, then there's not as much stress. So we got about 2 weeks before this thing comes, and a million things could happen. I'm not saying this is going to hit the East Coast. What I'm saying is the East Coast needs to plan, needs to prepare. And that's always been the thing at THORNEWS. We just stay aware, we plan, and we prepare. Right? So I ain't doing no fear mongering. And I don't care, like, if people can or can't get that. You know? Like I said, I ain't got time for negativity. Especially for all I'm doing, trying to help, trying to keep people prepared. I even keep my schedule up to where I'm awake when everybody's asleep in America. So that way, if stuff happens at night and there's nobody really to cover it, I'm there for you. Especially during hurricane season. During hurricane season, I'll go days without sleeping because of the energy. And then, if we have landfalling hurricanes, I'm in it to win it. And I do a fantastic job. But such as 2018, I can barely get by. And I ain't complaining. I'm just saying, this is the deal. So East Coast, you are on alert because this thing is already moving way west of what it was in the last few models. So if that thing continues to trend west, this is what technically, I'm not saying anything's going to happen, but you have 2 weeks to kind of plan, prepare, wake up. Like if 3 or 4 landfalling hurricanes last year, and Volcanoes erupting in Hawaii, Guatemala, the Galapagos Islands, Popocatépetl, 4 nor'easters in a month, all the floods that have been happening in the East Coast, all the floods that have been happening up in the Ohio Valley. If you aren't awake to the weather changes and aware that the situation keeps getting more crazy, then I don't know what to do, because we're late in the game. So the good players on the field, I'm just here to let you guys know that, yes, the pattern is trending west. And if at any point in time the Azores High solidifies and Africa continues to fire off waves while wind shear goes down and the dust doesn't obstruct too much, we're going to see ourselves get hit by multiple hurricanes again. So East Coast, you're on alert. That's all I'm saying. You got 2 weeks to prepare. Maybe this won't happen. Everybody else is saying it won't happen right now. Everybody else is saying it's no big deal. And so in a world where everybody's usually conforming to what, like, you either have to agree with what the red group says or what the blue group says. I don't mean that politically, I just mean color. And so that's not my thing. I've always been down the middle and just telling you what I feel, what I think. So that's what I'm here doing, man. Saying we watched this monster storm which rolls off Africa like a fully formed hurricane move a whole lot west in 1 or 2 model runs. And even if it keeps edging, it could be a big problem. Just the moisture signatures alone, there's going to be a lot of major storms. It's going to be an interesting September. So that is why I'd appreciate any contributions and donations you want to give to Thor News. If you don't, hey, I get that. If you just want to watch the content for free, I give that, that's fine. I'm fine with that. Just please try not to give me any negativity. And if you're broke like me, then please just send prayers, and I will send you prayers and good thoughts back, because we will make it through this. And that's another thing. Man, I'm like one of the old people's like, you know what we got to do to solve all these problems? We got to unite. How many other people saying that? Almost nobody, which is why my plan ain't working too great. So the very few people who are trying to stand up for peace, trying to stand up for people uniting, that's me. I try and hit the areas that not many people are covering. Plus, us working together is very important. If we don't, we're all going to die. That I believe. Whether it be from the richest rich to the lowest low, whatever plans they have, if it doesn't include working together, then we're screwed. Because nobody deserves to have all the abundance and gifts of God and earth all for themselves. We're all in this together. And I mean that. Anyway, I love you guys. I'm just saying, to wake up and have this thing move as west as it has, like I've been saying, I don't trust this Azores High just buckling. And so if multiple factors come together, can you imagine that thing hitting the East Coast after it's already been super saturated? So, and also, isn't there 1 or 2 people out there who've done pretty good in life, got giant 401k savings, been ready for the future 25 years from now, who realizes, oh shit, man, thing is coming unraveled. Maybe I don't need to be saving so much for the future 30 years from now, when somebody like THORNEWS needs help now. Because like I said, YouTube is trying to drive us out of here, and they've been censoring me forever. Like really bad. They don't want people to know about the weather. They definitely want people to work together about the weather, Anyway. And so another thing, when these hurricanes start hitting, it's so much harder for me to get contributions because so many people will need them. Yeah, I'm going to change this business model by the end of the year for sure. Because it doesn't work. Okay. It's just not fun. Okay, I love you. And for everybody who has donated, I really, like, every time it happens, I'm like, oh my God, people do appreciate my work, my hard work, us working together. And I super duper 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 appreciate it. This is all very crazy. And that you guys are the reason I'm still here. Because a lot of shit comes with this. A lot of people, like, you stand on stage, so everybody's looking to project their anger at somebody. So if you get on stage, hell yeah, you're going to get a bunch of angry people. All you got to do is disagree with people these days. And so we are seeing the lows of this thing at like 9:30. Yeah, it could, imagine that thing hitting the East Coast. I'm not saying it's going to, but you need to imagine this. That's how you avoid problems, by seeing them in the future and then planning and preparing for them. This could be my worst video ever, but that is what I love about the end of the month, is anything goes. Love you guys. You guys are cool. All right, peace out. Now here comes a deluge of space videos combined with weather videos. All right.